like the video, subscribe, hit the bell down so the goals to the 13 months doesn't get you and you can stay notified. And also say hi to YouTube. This will be on YouTube in like 3 months. They're so behind. So let's talk about this chapter of Dumas versus Jinsung. I ain't gonna lie, I need to take a break from TOG, man. It's other series that I'm reading that right now that interest me more at the moment. I kind of feel that. I almost want to do it too, because I'm not even getting the views that I used to get. Like no one cares 12 weeks after the fact when a chapter comes out. Like I think I need a break. I think I need another hiatus. I don't know. These last 5 chapters didn't really move me on a personal level. Finisher about to be 0 for 2. His body doesn't look like flesh. He's definitely not dead. Yeah, he's not dead.
イエーイ
Jinsung is a
イエーイ
one-trick
お兄ち
pony.
ゃんお
Now
兄
the
ちゃん
chapter
ピ
itself
ー
is
ス
kind
ピ
of bad
ー
in my
ス
opinion because not much happened. Just one fight the whole time, and so we can all get cliffhanged. Yeah. He's for sure not done. I'm not falling for that one. Probably has some readability like Karaka or Tiara that you can't be with purely Braun. I think it's kind of obvious that he has a similar ability to Karaka. That much was obvious from last week. I don't think he's dead. It's just like that's not a good cliffhanger. Like I don't know. He is Gray from Fairy Tail. Always wants to die while doing his ultimate move. Why the SCU for this bad? Thank you, Abdel. Oh yeah, it's September, yo. I think that means subscriptions for this month are like 30% off. So yo, hit the subscribe button. Come through, man. I'll be streaming. I feel like like the chapters this season are too short. That's not
イエーイ
I don't
お
care if
兄ちゃん
chapters are
ピー
short.
ス
Like
ピース
quantity is never something that I care about more often than not. I care about quality. It's kind of funny because I was having this conversation because I was talking about I don't know if I don't know if you guys have heard me say this. Like, I'm gonna have a big conversation about this, but I decided when I was really thinking about it in hindsight and retrospect, I like Breath of the Wild more than I like Tears of the Kingdom. And also, I think the best game I played this year was Chained Echoes. I'm gonna have a conversation about it in due time. But one thing that I was talking about is quality versus quantity. I don't care if you give me an indie game that I can beat in 6 hours. If everything that I'm doing in the game emotionally is emotionally investing, I care about it emotionally, it's intellectually good, it's charming, and those were 6 meaningful hours of quality, I'll take it over 60 hours of busy work. So for me, it's not length of the chapter that necessarily matters. I actually think he needs to make his chapters shorter on average. I don't know if they're longer or shorter right now, but I just don't think he focuses on the right things at times. That's all. This chapter was a skip chapter, too short and nothing significant happened. Yeah. Seems like the dude has great offense. If he was okay with killing Jinsung, maybe those spears would do more work, so maybe his defense is weakness, but for sure ain't done, yeah. Now, these chapters are long as hell. If anything, he should do shorter chapters or release them less often, in my opinion. Yep. I'm very interested to hear the Breath of the Wild Tears of Kingdom reasoning. From where I left off with the game, Tears of Kingdom quite literally felt like improvement on every front. I don't agree with that. But I understand, like, with me, because I'm such a big Zelda person, I have to go through my honeymooning phase. Like, I'm in it, I'm playing it, I just beat it, I'm thinking about it, and I'm good. And then when the emotions go down, the rationality comes up. And in hindsight and in retrospect, I'm like, I overlooked a lot of these in the moment. But I might have like one or two major criticisms of Tears of the Kingdom. And they're mostly problems that carried over from Breath of the Wild that they didn't really address. But Tears of the Kingdom is another game where to me it's like a death by a thousand paper cuts. There's just a small thing here and a small thing there and a small thing here, grains of sand, and I'm like, now I have like an hourglass. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that conversation will come soon. I want to finish Sea of Stars, the true ending. I beat the regular ending, the true ending first, and then I want to have the conversation. But I'll get there when I get there. For TOD chapters are long. Well, how much happens is what is really about exactly. The best thing I could say with the chapter though was that the art is really good to me. And actually, him catching the spears and like making two of them collide into one another, that was pretty cool. I like that. That was dope. That was awesome. SE needs monthly release schedule or something. With breaks, his chapters feel better, planned and flow better. You think maybe he's not as good on the fly, like when he's in the thick, maybe he's like do like maybe when he's on break he kind of conceptualizes and like makes them whatever, and then when he catches up and he has to kind of do them on the fly, he's not as good at thinking on his feet. That's not a skill that everyone has. I don't even think I'd be good at that. Like I'd have to have chapters like pretty much planned out all in advance. And if I hit a point where it's like I planned out 103 chapters and now I'm on chapter 104 and I have to just think of my feet, I might falter. I could see myself not being great at that. Did Jinsung get info about the book from FUG? That's what it seems, unless Karaka was there with Yama when Lobodan told him. But from what I remember, Yama and Yaspacha were in the private room with Lobodan, so it seems Jinsung got it from FUG. It is possible that maybe. Whose car is that? It's possible that that Karaka's observer maybe was listening and sending the information to Hodnasang. I'm not sure. I have no idea what he went off to do and who he's working with currently. Was the invisible girl somewhere getting information? I have no idea. Also, strictly from a choreography standpoint, the fights are becoming easier for me to follow. Not sure if this is a me thing. I struggle less than I did earlier this season with other fights. I struggle. I struggle when he has a bunch of visual noise in it. I thought there was some visual noise here. I do think he had been pretty good on average for the third season. Like, actually, no, for the third season, at one point, I thought he was doing too much flash, too much spectacle. Then he kind of narrowed. He kind of focused it. Like I think maybe with the Hodgson Sung and Purdity and Holland fight and then Calivan and like Bork and stuff and Yas Racha versus Yama, those were all good. Even Bam and White when it kind of first started, I'm like, I can tell what's happening. This is pretty good, pretty clean. And he has these moments where I think he adds a bunch of like particle effects and overlays and filters and a bunch of stuff, and it just makes a bunch of visual noise. But I don't like it. Like, I don't like that in general. This might maybe just a me thing because I hate like Toei does this with One Piece. And I'm like, there's just so much shit in the fucking way. And I don't care about seeing cherry blossoms on the rooftop. I want to see Luffy punch that nigga in the face, clearly. And they're doing all this on this light and flash. And I'm like, this will impress somebody who doesn't understand animation. I cannot tell what's happening. When he reflected Kaido's like Boro breath, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like it's ugly. It's so fucking ugly. Like Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War does not have all of that pop and flash in the way. It's actually like I'm like I can see clearly Ichigo coming this way, boom, this way. Like it's so clear because there's not a bunch of shit in my way. Anyways, here's time to breathe. Planning and scheduling plot lines can be very helpful. Bam versus White latter half was impossible. Yeah, I didn't know what's going on in that fight, in the rest of that fight. I think I got too used to judging one chapter too hard and expecting a lot more because of One Piece. I've been reading that for longer than a decade, and you only get one chapter every 2 weeks or 1 week, so no matter what I read, I always judge one chapter itself too heavily. But to be frank, TOG is included in this because one chapter a week. I do it with other stuff I read as well. Well, here's what I'll say. The reason that this happens like here is because I have to I cover it weekly, right? Um Sometimes if I just for a lot of series that I just read on a week to week basis by myself without really discussing it at large, if there's a week that's a dud, I kind of write it off like this week was whatever, and I kind of just move on. But as a result of what I do, because I have to analyze the chapters, yeah, I would like sometimes just be like, I don't really care to say anything this week and keep it pushing, but I feel it. I hear what you're saying. I've always been a person who likes to analyze the things that he's doing. I like to even look back like, yo, when I was 26, I thought this way, but now I think like this. And I used to think like this when I was 18, but now I think like this. So I don't mind having the weekly or monthly or bi-weekly discussions or whatever, just because I like to document and see how my thoughts have evolved and changed over the years. The plan of both of them was stupid. You should have just have Jinsung blow up the ship, have Karaka come in and snatch the book to escape to the world of darkness using a scale position to full advantage. Then Jinsung can stall them to let him escape, but it would make too much sense. I feel it. I appreciate the flashy thing from time to time, but they gotta learn the perfect balance. That's probably a better answer. There's probably a middle ground. There's a stream today. Didn't you say you wouldn't be around September 1st to 5th on Patreon? Yeah, I probably should have said something on Patreon first, but I didn't end up going. Long story short, the girl's birthday who I was going to the cottage with, we got into a fight over bullshit. So I didn't go. I just played Sea of Stars on the weekend. I probably should have. I wasn't thinking it, but I haven't said something. So that's my fault. I apologize. Toei Cube. The cubes are a thing that I see in all of them though. Like Studio Period cubes from like the Pain versus Nagato, Naruto versus Pain era. I see it in Bleach, I think too. Like the cubes are just I think it's just a Japan thing. They like rock cubes. I don't know what it is. Maybe because it's symmetrical. I don't know. They like rock cubes or rectangles. Yeah, I'm glad Chile chilled the fuck up with the blossoms and bullshit when he first started using advanced Kakuras. Ethigo versus Yawatch was fire. That was really good. Yawatch versus Yamamoto was good. Kenpachi with Grammy. Um, Master Masculine and Renji. Kenpachi Unohana was animated well. I just don't like that part of the manga. I think it's the stupidest, one of the stupidest part of the Blood War. What else did I really like? I'm forgetting something, but yeah, but the Yawatch stuff they added was gas. Zaraki cut meteor. You can clearly see the action. Yeah, it was really good. That too, if you read it weekly as well, if you pile up chapters, it would be different. The question is, are the spears OP or Dumas OP? Could be both. I think he probably has high ranking, really good spears that he's adept at using, but I think he's also powerful. Ladies Ichigo entrance was fire. They had another gas #1 remix. I haven't watched this week's episode, but I watched one before when he comes to save Kenpachi and he fights all the girls. That Zero Squad and Bleach was the biggest disappointment ever. I gotta see what they do in the anime. The Zero Squad, I kind of feel that. I don't really. I just think Ichibei was the one that mattered the most. Um, so yeah, but some people keep asking me about Tower of God season 2 anime, and like I haven't seen any news about it at all in general. Like I have no idea. I don't know. I feel like sometimes people think I'm like bigger than what I really am. I don't have insight to this. I don't have inside information. I don't have sneaky links in Naver who or like in I don't know. I'm just like y'all. I'm just a nigga online. I have no idea. Should be funny because I'm like I don't. People like yo. Did you hear? Like, did you hear anything from whatever? I'm like, you think they don't talk to me? The Zero Squad of Bleach was the biggest one ever. The ball guy was okay. Yeah, Ichibei. I can't believe that Jinsung is still injured from the fight with Califan. He really an old man. Does that make sense to anybody? Am I the only one that doesn't make sense to? And then even when Yama was like, Yama, you can't fight. You're tired. From what? He just be saying shit like, I don't know. Mule Love is here, but I ate too much chicken. My stomach hurt. Like you just be giving them like you just be giving them handicaps. Dumas is OP, definitely. I don't know why Jinsung felt he needed to fight to the death. The mission was getting the book. You shouldn't just try to die. I don't know what to tell you. The last time I saw anything about the second season was like 4 cores or some shit. No clue if that was real, but spreading around like Twitter like wildfire. And and everything I see on Twix is believable. I believe everything that I see on Twix, aka twitter.com/Eddie Rath. No, it doesn't, because he didn't say anything this entire time. It's convenient timing for SIU, so now his arms are damaged. I don't know why Jinsung so hard again in the book. Is it to help Yama save the canines really, or what? Maybe FUG, when they told him about the book, told him something else. I wish I had an answer. I have no idea. No, people walk around with holes in their torsos, but this man's arms are hurt. He's the ha. Don't know what to tell you. It just is what it is, man. It's unfortunate because another conversation I was having this weekend, and this is not. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be mean. Don't take this the wrong way. Someone in the comments going, like, I just feel like a lot of things that I've liked for years, they just don't end up shaping out how I thought they would when I initially started them. Like, I really never thought I'd be here with Tower of God as a series. Like, just never thought it would go in a direction to this point where like I have so many conflicting feelings about it. One Piece is another one. Like I'm like, yes, it's Kizaru's season. I'm here for it, but even then I'm like, will he deliver? Like I've been waiting a decade plus to see Kizaru in action. He might not be able to deliver no matter what he does. I don't know. We'll see. And I was thinking like Zelda's like one of the only series or major franchises that I've loved as a child and I still love today. Because despite me saying what I said about Tears of the Kingdom, I love that game. That was a fantastic game. It's one of the best video games I've ever played in my life. Just don't like it more than Breath of the Wild, and it isn't my game of the year. That's the only point that I was trying to make. Um, like Danganronpa, That betrayed me. I used to be the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan. Don't fuck with that no more. Ace Attorney is another one that probably lasted long. Been an Ace Attorney fan from like 2008 around there, so that's been a while. So just something I'll take it about. Just maybe just is what it is. This really Star Wars now. People be walking around with holes in their body. Wait, people in Star Wars are walking around with holes in their body? Or do you mean like Maul? Because Maul never dies. He just always lives somehow. I feel like it would make sense if they already referenced his injured hands beforehand. Yeah, Kubera and Jojo are the only things I've seen you consistently like from start to finish. That's probably a good point. Or like Monstrous, my little comics, but like my comics I just read on my own. You could if you could see the monstrous background here, but no one cares about my comic books. They only care about theirs, whatever. The mystique fades. There's that too. It's kind of crazy. I'm tired of Rob Lucci. I just don't get that guy in the last chapter. I just don't get it. Why he's sitting there in the back without any cuffs either. You're just showing an OP out of it. Yeah, I kind of feel that. Like, there's no way you guys just had him standing out there. Like, I wouldn't even have freed them when the Seraphim came. I'd have been like, just die. I don't care. You're government agents. But yeah, I don't respect Rob Lucci. Do you think years later you will look back on these series and be more chill on them or have their perspective like you do now with Bleach? I think my perspective would probably change to some degree. For better or for worse, I couldn't tell you because I look back at Naruto and I'm like, I hate this shit. I hate it more and more the more I revisit and look back in retrospect. Bleach had the opposite effect. I look back on it, I'm like, I was a little too harsh on you. All things considered. Doesn't mean you're my favorite thing now and I love Bleach and I'm a Bleach guy, but it's like, you're fine. Bleach is fine, man. You know, like that it might depend. This could be a season to look back on and be like, man, this shit was ass from the jump. What was I smoking when I was whatever age? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um Not putting Lucy in the bubbles is fucking insane. Freeing him in general for the Seraphim was insane. You didn't need them. Yama's injuries, I guess, from Yas Ratchet fight and Calvin fight. Like, yeah, after his arms fucked by Machete and that Machete, so he can't heal. I guess SRG is telling those injuries are still not healed. I don't know. I mean, yeah, those are like the obvious points to look at, but does that make sense? Is what I'm asking. I'm not asking when it happened. It's obvious. He literally cracked. I thought he ripped his arms off the first time I saw that panel, but he was just like, "Oh, they're mangled." But he had been captured and trapped for 2 years. I don't know if they fed him, just didn't do any medical care, so his arms are just broken in that machine. I don't know. So maybe that makes sense. I just asked if it made sense to you. Yama fought with Yasaracha. He got the tooth, then he healed. And when he was fighting Chamare, there was nothing wrong with him. But then when he popped up on this to fight the guy with the gun, they're like, he's tired. Like, from what? I don't pinpoint, make like just pinpoint the point. Like, I don't why is he tired? I don't know. Naruto will always be poo poo water. Was Bleach break this week? I didn't see the episode. I didn't. If it was on break this week, I didn't know. I didn't watch One Piece or Bleach yet, so I don't know. He fought two high rankers and said nothing about those arms back then. That's what I'm saying. When he was fighting with Owl in Holland. I just don't care about Lucci in general. No, I'm with you. I do not like Rob Lucci. I think Rob Lucci's a fucking loser. He's a bum. Like, I'm going to cook him in a video soon. There's not a single thing about him that's raw. Actually, I lied. Hattori. His bird, he's clean. Got the top hat, got the tie, got the coat over. He's clean. That's it. I do not like Lucci. I don't know why people rate him. He's trash. I hope Zoro, for the first time in my life, I'm gonna be with the Zoro stands. I hope he murders that nigga in cold blood. I hope he dices him up and kicks his body parts in the fucking ocean. I hate him. He's shit. Um, Boruto Gas, we need you on that. Here we go. He, I just don't care in general. That's why it's annoying that he's taking screen time from me. How popular a character is he? Older just doing dumb, nonsensical things with him to include him. I agree with that. Only rational thing I say is Dumas attack puts high levels of pressure on those arms. Maybe. No. But Lucci served his purpose. Like, his role made sense and he served his purpose thematically in CP9 arc in Enies Lobby. I have a problem with him as the antagonist that he was. He's a government attack dog. It made sense. But I never personally liked him. No, he's not interesting. I liked Kaku and Kumadori and those guys a lot more. I feel like Lucha has zero supporters anymore, but when he got revealed in Dressrosa and a call following, I don't know. He said, "Trust me, it's fire. Don't let Naruto crusty ass affect you. I am going to let its crusty ass affect me." Yes, I'm not. I'm not reading it. I don't care. I don't care if you guys are even serious. I'm not reading it. Seems like the hot genetics are great until you actually get hurt. I'm fine with Lucha time skip. He paid his part, and the villain now CP9 was cool, but Oda just trying to too hard to make it conclude him. I agree with that. I feel like he's setting up how this song is about to get bodied in front of Bam and Karako, so they lose and wipe everyone out there. At least Bam will. I don't know about Karaka. Hopefully SLU will let him step up and get a W for once. Karaka is holding his non-existent heart. Oh, I'm done, Karaka. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm over. I'm done. The stocks have been sold. I'm done with Karaka. I'm fucking over it. I'm done. The only person is Mila Love. He's the only one I can trust. Okay, he freed the Mandem. He is dodging Sicarius, and if it wasn't for him, that punk ass, bitch ass, useless ass cunt of Van Kel would have never broke that gate. Mila Love is the only man I could trust in the tower, bro. And CBL, bam. I don't. No, I'm done. I'm done. It's all Mule Love and no one else. Okay, that's it. It's a Mule Love show. I'm done. Fuck Karaka. Fuck Slayers. Fuck FUG. They're shit. Unless you're Bam. CBL. I'm done. Hmm. Luffy fucks him up just a bit for some reason, just freeze him. Why? Then just to later him get there without cuffs or bubbles or anything. For what? To give him a fight of good Zoro Sanji while Luffy's fighting Kizaru. I can't say I care about this on the I'm a loser. As are all CP0. I like I keep telling people, Cypher Pulse Zero puts no fear in my heart. I don't respect them. We just beat Yonkos and shit. Like, bro, move them from me. Jinsung and Yas are cases of characters who should have died on their specific arcs and now are overstaying their welcome, so now I don't care. I definitely agree with like no, I agree. I thought maybe we could find something with Hajin Sung, but I don't know if that what anything he's been doing has been that intriguing, but we'll have to see. But Yasracha, I don't know why he had to die slowly over the course of months. Just keep him or don't. Make up your mind. I don't even know how SCU bothered with that cliffhanger because they didn't fool anybody. Also, what Dumas was saying to Karaka before, he probably, yeah, similar thing with his heart. Regardless, Haji Sung Packing coming, CBL, he just sold Karaka, let's go. They sold everybody except Mio Love. Everyone. I Tiara. Ooh, it's crazy. Kobe Dow Tiara. Gotta keep you. I just on everyone else. I'm done. I'm so tired of this. Okay, that whole organization is mid and full of losers. And y'all can have Yuri. You can have her. Y'all can have Yuri. I don't want Yuri. I don't want Endorsey. Y'all can have that. That's y'all. That's not me. Y'all can have Uber Chan Bong Bong Merchant. I don't want that. Tiara, Elaine, Mule Love, Anak the Snack. Anak. Looking like a snack from the back. No cap. That's all I need. What's Shenny cool? Oh yeah, Zam Zam. Yo, Zam Zam really was the one, bro. Where is he at? I wonder what he's doing. He's just running the hotel again. He's just doing back to his daily duties. He's like, oh yes, Mrs. Duda Budiba Lobobia. Yes, your room is over here. There is the sauna. There's the pool. Like Anak the snack is crazy. That tail moving like crazy though. Mosquitoes, yes. That's my guy, yo. And then when he was getting rebuilt, he had the little mini mosquitoes with the rockets. I said, "That's he's clean." I didn't like Anak the first time at TOG. I remember really liked her cocky attitude and personality. Oh, that's fair. She had an interesting story, and like the thing that makes her interesting is as of right now, she's still the only demi princess we've seen in the tower. Right? I'm not saying there hasn't been another instance of a Jihad princess getting pregnant and having a child, but the only one we know about is Anak Senior and the person that she married when Evan went to go save her and bring her to the floor of death. I think that makes her very intriguing. She has a title that no one else has as of right now. She's a demi princess. I see. I do nothing with her though. Yeah. I had somebody yell at me once for saying, "Why do I care so much about the old characters, season one, yada yada, blah blah blah." And this is when Cha and Hidden Grove was kind of getting introduced and like Doan and whatnot. And they basically the dude basically said that these characters are intrinsically way more interesting because they're tied to the history of the tower, and I hope I never see Ran again and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's an opinion. I'm not even saying not to have it, but like, why do you have to go to one extreme or another? There isn't a middle ground of keeping the old characters interesting and having them grow and being a part of it, but writing them out when they've served their thematic use, but also bringing in new characters that tie into older events, historical events, and ancient times in the tower that can come across that can come and do something cool in the present time and connect with the current characters and move forward. There's probably a middle ground. Like, when did we lose balance in this world? Like, I'm so like I have so many conversations. I know sometimes you have to go general, but when did we stop caring about the minutiae of certain things? Like, when did that happen? Like, when I want to kind of get a little more nuanced. Like, I don't find that some of these conversations are just one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum, and there's this whole middle part that we could explore. But I don't know. Probably for the better, to be honest. Yeah, I think her character is good. Her story, motivation, everything makes sense. It seems solid, but stay in lane with so many character TOG. We'll see how much shine she'll get when hype beast took over the communities. Yeah, there's that too. But even just in general conversations with like even like cultural or politics stuff, it's just one extreme or the other extreme. It's just like there is a middle ground. I believe in being even keeled and balanced, but maybe that's the wrong belief. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what? I did want to take a gander at this on stream before I forget. Let me just look at it. I might secretly make this a little part of another video. No, I can't do that actually. I can't do that. I'll do it later. I can't do it. I'm still holding out for Karaka. He has too much potential. SODs need to give him a win, but I get it. I think I've reached my threshold. I just think I'm done. I don't know. TOG is kind of unique in that way. I haven't read anything else like this where it's just too many new characters popping up and then bam, leaving them in the dust in such power levels. So I don't know how the old crew is kind of in a question position. Wait, TOG is kind of unique in that way. I haven't read anything else in this like this where it's just too many new characters popping up and then bam, leaving them in the dust. Well, Koreans love power fantasy, so I don't think that's new to South Korea. They like power fantasies and stories with an ever expanding cast aren't necessarily new itself. But if you mean like characters who just pop up and bam, immediately leaves them in the dust, maybe that's unique to Tower of God. But there's probably a bunch of series out there you're not considering. Um. So yeah. Wonder what Koreans thought of the chapter. There's no thing this week to give me the thing. I forgot to ask him. Damn, my English went out like out the window for that last comment. It's okay. I got it. Where is Lizard? Where is Gintoki Zahard, aka Lizard, aka Communist Lizard? That was his name the first time that I met him, like 4 years ago on Twitter. Communist Lizard. I think now it's Gintoki Lizard or something like that. One of the biggest Gintama fans that I know. Cool guy. By the way, as an aside while I'm here, this month is gonna be there'll be a lot of lists this month. Top 30. What did I just kick down? Top 30 comics. Top 30 anime, manga, games, stuff like that. So there'll be a lot of top 30s probably during this month. And me and Vince are gonna start doing what we're doing on, but we'll be on Green Twitch. So yeah, waifu list. Yeah, I can run that one back. I didn't make one, but I can make one. I'll do like 15 with like honorable mention. Naked Down versus stream is still cooking sometime, I guess. I told y'all December. I know I said December. I said that I need time to read December. That's a Christmas. That's my Christmas gift from me to you is the Gintama revisionist history in December. Okay, so just relax, just calm down. It's not coming out anytime soon. I did say December last year. The only one that's not really my fault is the Gintama because I want Laz and Recon to be there. That was the only thing. I feel like it's not right not to have Recon, right? Like King Recon has to be there. A lie? Am I tripping? But that's the only one. Everything else is my fault. The revisionist histories, everything else, that's my fault. The only one is Gintama. It's been hard to to get everyone on the same day. But yeah, shout out to the Green Twitch. Yep, top 30 fictional weapons. Oh yes, I did say I'll do that. Unless I'm bugging, many months. Yeah, Rika needs to be there. I will show up. Freaking tell my richness. Yeah, that'll be good. Come through. That's my series. All right, so we're there. I need a refresher though, secretly. So I gotta reread. I also want to finally watch the. Let me let me show y'all, man. Let me show you how unserious I am. All right, hold on. Make sure nothing wild here. Anything wild on my desktop? Okay, no. Just to show y'all, I see this shit every day and ignore it like a jackass. Right here, right? See this? Just click on right here. You click right here. It looks at me every day, all the time. It looks at me. It's right there. This one is right here, and I'd never watch it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just never click play. I never watch it. I gotta watch that shit. I gotta get it done. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me, bro. Nice pirate stash. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same. I'm sick. Yeah, I don't know. You're not watching that movie ever? I will watch it. It's just I need help, bro. I don't know what happened to me. I used to love watching everything on my own, and usually I hated it watching with people. And now I hate watching shit on my own unless it's something very specific to me, like Scissor Seven or like Legend of Hay, Fog Killer Five Elements, People Do Vermin, um, stuff from Bobby Pills or something. Like no one knows what that is, and no one cares about my French cartoons. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. That's for me. But like people are like, yo, you gonna watch? You like Toji? How come you didn't watch this shit in JJK? You like Toji? And I'm like, I didn't finish the first season. Last thing I saw was the Mojito fight when they was ganging up on him, and he did the Doman expansion with his mouth, and then Itadori broke. Yeah, that's the last shit that I saw. And it's like I have to see if my friends want to watch that, and then get and go watch it with them because I'm cooked. I'm cooked, man. I'm cooked. You grew up. You know how dads can only go see the movies if they got kids with them. Oh man. So yeah, I've gotten bad with it. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not addressing that. I got forced to see a damn scene I didn't want to see on Twitter. It's ugly as hell. As far as old characters, S has a problem with teasing people about uh bringing them back, like with Elaine, the cat tower. She's there, also standing around but not doing ish, and teasing with El Baba, and then nothing happened with her. Not bringing Karaka back, and almost killing him frame one is probably the most frustrating thing for me in TOG. I'm a hardcore fan, but I find myself wanting more. I feel that exactly. Whatever he just said doesn't exist. Well, well, kind of. All I can tell you is I think Yasracha is finally dead. Dead. He's dead. You saw him laid out, bro. He's dead, bro. Kaneko season is over. I don't know if he's dead. I actually don't think he's dead yet. But yeah, this week was really whatever. Honestly, this was a very whatever week of Tower of God. But this is probably the most. I didn't even like dislike this chapter more than maybe like the one that happened like 1 or 2 weeks ago. It was just a fight between two characters that I don't care to see fight, and it wasn't that interesting. And then he's like, "Oh, my arm still hurt from 2 years ago when Calavan crushed him or something." And it's like, "Oh, he's not going to kill me. He's just going to graze me." I'm like, "What the hell do you want me to do with this?" I got nothing more to say about the chapter. I'm done. If Yas survive, I might lose my mind. Yama's been buns, Linky screaming Aniki, but him removing that dude's head last shot was yeah, he did one shot that one guy, but yeah, you just like but he asked Ratchet, I don't care about you. And it's Ratchet goes, Yes, Ratchet! I'm like, bro. Oh, Slayers are in the mud. Honestly, him dying or surviving, I don't even know anymore. Are you just gonna get clowned down? Just pick your poison, I guess. Yeah, take a boat fight to the extreme is what it is. And yeah, I'll be dying, man. It's just so unserious. Yeah. Yeah. Another news, what I'm gonna try to set up for later this week is that Kubera and Kubera discussion for the arc. I'm gonna try to get that set up. I might just make a little group chat and see. But If any of you guys want to be in it, let me know. Get that set up, man. Might be time. So yeah. The only thing I put chat was the spear. The thing I liked the you're out of commission for a bit. Dang. The only thing I liked how he caught the spears and redirected two to break into each other. That was pretty cool. That seemed like high ranker thinking to me or something, but I don't know, man. Like I hate trying to force more out of out of myself when I have nothing to say. That's why sometimes like someone I remember at some point people are like, how come you didn't cover this One Piece chapter? I'm like, I really don't have anything to say. Like this happened, that happened, cool. Like see you next week, you know. And this is one of those chapters where I feel like I forced myself to say. Well, you guys were asking me questions and talking, so I'm kind of going back and forth with the chat. So I appreciate you guys for that. But personally, me, I ain't got shit else to say like that. I'm good. Do you talk about the extra panel with the two poison dragons in the official release? Yes, I did. I'm probably gonna do a short about it. So yeah, but I did though. We talked about it. I actually kind of started the stream with that. After recency bias fades away, I want to see how Kubera and Kubera stacks up against the rest of my other favorite arcs, like the weight of crime, enemy wish, crime punishment. Feel that. Feel that. Other side, yeah, weight of time probably still my favorite. Other side of the story. A lot of good ones. What are the chances that Bam will do some bullish and bring Yas back? Time reversal to the point where his crystal core is not completely destroyed or something. I wouldn't put it past Bam. Maybe Aguero uses the Firefish Phoenix Down ability. There's ways for him to do it. I'd say it's not impossible. My thing is make a decision: kill him or don't. I'm tired of being in limbo. It's not moving me. It's just annoying. That's all I'm saying. If you want to keep him alive, yo, give that man a life shroom, a ultra shroom, replenish his HP back to 50, let him get up, or game over. Let him die. That's all I'm saying. He revived that girl in Nest so not out of the question. I at the very least that was immediate. So maybe he can't do like maybe like if Yasmatch has been dead for too long. But you know what? He kind of just croaked, so maybe he's not whatever. But then could he revert him all the way back to when he had the core fighting trauma? Is the question. I don't know. These are not answers that I possess, that I have. I don't got them. I don't. Um, what was everyone's favorite panel this week? Mine is when Hodgson, probably Hodgson catching the spears. That was pretty cool. The Dragon Gate stuff was cool, but because I've seen it already, it's not as cool. I've already seen it, but yeah, I'd say him catching the two spears, or the other one where he redirected them into themselves. I don't think I have a favorite line this week. No one said anything meaningful or cool. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, my favorite line was floral butterfly piercing technique. That's my answer. Um, yes, could have just joined FUG, SIU, just shoehorning and drag his death flat for Baylord mid. Probably the catching spirits page and finally attack. From my comment from before, I've read some power fantasies too, but can't compare ish. One dimensional characters in them to Tower God characters. I just meant if and the old crew Anak, Lisu, all the others will join up with Bam again. Will they become rankers? Maybe so or what? Or maybe they will just go achieve their goals and will intersect with Bam again. If not, what would be the purpose of introducing characters that deeply and just leave them behind? I agree with that. But he does that. He just like where's Kun Ran? We haven't seen Ran in a minute. We see a Nat here and there, but she's not really doing much. I think Hatsu and Young Sleep, Lori and stuff. I like to see more of them, but I don't know. Like maybe just this is just the direction we're going in now. He didn't say boomer. He said old timer. The Dumas real inventory looks cool. I've always liked weapon designs and inventories of TOD to look cool and feel different. I feel it. Has Kudaran been on screen once in season 3? No, he hasn't. We haven't seen him since the name one station since he was hurt. Since he beat Iniesta and we saw him in bed, I'm pretty sure that's the literal last panel we've seen of him. We may have seen him in some of his SIU's blog post pictures after the fact, but I don't think we've seen him at all in the third season. We theorized when Machete had those hooded people, one of them might have been Kunran, but I don't think that was the case. It was like Asensio and shit like that. I thought maybe Icardi would have been there with his spells and ish, but yeah. Rand's still in that bed in the hospital. Then what's 18? Well, shoot, if Song's arms ain't healed, maybe he's still in that bed on some Kakashi shit. And Darcy might have been the best part of the latest chapter. It's cool to see her active in the squad, even if it's just an Uber. Her Son Goku moment was funny. I liked it. The panel of Bam with an O face and exclamation point. Okay, they have to at some point play a part again. I would assume my impression from the beginning of TOG, as well as we're learning about more of them, was that they will end up achieving their goal together with Bam and help each other. But who knows? Maybe they will join up again when they become rankers with Bam or something. Who knows? Yeah, it's not impossible, but I miss some of them. A lot of these new characters don't move me. I just want to see and know where Team Sweet and Sour are doing. That'd be nice. I know. I remember making. I made that Karaka short where I'm like, being a Karaka fan is hell, and people are like, try being a Ja Wagnan fan, and I'm like, I'd rather not see Karaka at all than to see him come and get one shot in frame one in his heart, in his heartbeat. If his heart was where it was supposed to be, he was dead frame one, and he dropped the book. I'd rather not see him. So I could imagine him being cool. I'm seeing him not be cool, bro. This is worse. This is worse. I'd rather not see him. Just have to wait 10 years to see them. I don't have 10 years of this in me for this series. Hell no. I'll quit. Quits. I will quit, brother. Do you think we'll get a Wagner POV switch at any point in the story, or are we destined to CBL POV? Because I feel a lot of old characters would only come back if you ever explore his point of view. I would personally love a perspective switch, but from my understanding, based on comments and blog posts and how SIU has spoken about the South Korean fan base especially, it seems like they get upset when Bam's not the focal point. I think Eastern storytelling, more often than not, especially like Asia, I'd say, in that region of the world, I don't think they like seeing their main characters always be connected to the story or a part of the story. They don't not like seeing them. I don't think we feel that way over here. Maybe like, I don't know where everyone's from. I'm just gonna say like North America, Europe, maybe India. Well, I don't know. Well, India's in Asia, but um, I don't think we care. Like, I have no problem breaking away from the main character or characters to focus on an interesting character and their backstory or storyline or what they're going through in their character arc. Like following Zuko or Iroh and not seeing Aang and Katara and those guys. Like, I think we kind of like that more, but seems to me like they get frustrated when Bam's not in the chapter. Whereas it's like I can go 10 chapters without seeing that nigga as long as what we're doing is more interesting. That's all. What brings you more excitement at this point between One Piece and TOG? It was Tower of God for most of this year, but since the Kizaru stuff, I would say One Piece. Even though that's just 2 weeks, but it's literally just 2 weeks. But I'd say One Piece because I've been waiting over a decade to see Kizaru in action. But the fact that I have to wait an extra week to see him do something because of the fucking live action is actually insane to me. That is the most disrespectful break I've ever seen in my life. Like I will fly to LA and fight that nigga. Don't you ever tell me I'm not getting a chapter because you're out here doing promotion for this bullshit ass Netflix series. I will not accept that again. That pissed me off. Um maybe after this war, there will be some chill period for Bam and all the old crew to train up and become stronger and join up. Who knows? Just hoping at this point. At this point, I don't even know what I want anymore from Tower God. I'm just tired. My indifference is just growing. I'm just here for the ride, brother. I don't know. We'll see. I hear you though. It would have been interesting if Wagner led Bam's old team if Bam can't stand with them, but we ain't seen that. I'd like that if even if like Wagner is the sword that he got from the hidden floor or something made him stronger and now he's a more competent leader. I'd take that. That'd be interesting. I'm cool with that. A lot of times I don't have a favorite character in a series, and even when I do, it's never to a point where I care that much more than the others. It all depends relatively to what's happening in the story of doing that. That was just me. Oh, I'm the complete opposite. I have favorites like I have favorites like off wax. Um, the thing that I care about the most in storytelling and narratives, whether I'm playing, watching, or reading something, are characters. So I get attached to characters really quick. Sometimes before I even know them, I'll try to guess who I'll like the most based off introduction and design. Doesn't always end up shaping that way, but I'm the opposite. Like I get obsessed with a character. I'll read a series I don't like because there's one character that I love. Easiest example that I usually use, and I want to make something clear. I'm a Rumiko Takahashi stan. All right. The first series I ever completely owned was all 36 volumes of Ranma One Half. I love her. I think Inuyasha is her worst fucking series. I think that shit is ass. But Shisomaru, he is him. I suffered through 558 chapters of Inuyasha, if I remember correctly, just because I like Shishomaru. So I'm the opposite still. Lee's was absolutely rare for a long time, and Kurigam didn't care that people are complaining. You see, Kurigam might be in a different position because I don't know how much like I don't know how big Tower God really is on a global scale or in Korea specifically or whatnot. But I think Naver needs Tower of God to like be super popular and in the public eye, whether it's to bring more eyes to their platform, to bring more money to the anime, whatever the case may be, or just because they're a big money percentage money maker of Naver slash Webtoon, whatever. I don't know. My understanding is that Kurigama is more like a critically acclaimed series. Like it's not nearly as popular, but it has respect from like the more critical thinking minds. So she might have more leeway to be like, I don't want to do that. That's dumb. I'm gonna do it my way. I don't care how you feel about it. Drop the series if you don't like that. So she might be in a different position, but I respect that more. Like, hey, you should add this character because the youth like when there's a character like this to be like, no, it's not part of my story. Get the fuck out of my room. So yeah. Naya, what Netflix series? They don't exist. Good point. That's a good point. Webtoon communities complain about Lee's being absent for a long time, but I think she only got away with it because Kubera isn't uber huge. Yeah. Well, I'm mainly there to learn all the mysteries and stuff from TOG that we want to know. That's all. Yeah. That's why I always say, like, that's why I ask people, like, what are the things in storytelling that matter the most to you? Most people these days that I speak to, they are world building merchant and lore whores. They like lore, they like world building. I like character. Characters are the first thing. I love character driven series more than anything. Second thing to me, this is 1A, 1B. It depends on the series. Central plots and subplots. Those are the second things that I care about the most. Then we could get into world building, lore, whatever the case may be. It's for the better though. Most definitely being able to switch perspectives to multiple characters. Yeah, Wagner's story is not connected to Bam. It makes the tower seem bigger, more bigger when it's not involving him. I love Inuyasha slander every time. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's. I really don't think it's good, but I like it. I missed the JJK talk, but question is, did you follow JJK because you lost all the characters you like? Yes. Um, Toto lost his ability and stopped being a part of the series. Gojo was sealed. Mahito got taken by Geto or whatever. I think Mahito's the best villain in JJK. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I think Mahito was amazing. Nanami was my favorite character. He was my self insert. Him and Toto were my self insert. And then was that it? Yeah, that was about it. So like basically everyone that I like got fucked around and got fucked in the same arcs, Shibuya arc for the most part. And out of the trio of Megumi, Nobara, and Itadori, Nobara was my favorite, and she's dead. So just like I just kind of like yo, cool series. Well, I gave it one more shot. I remember I really wanted to like Hikari. Cause Hikari looked cool from his silhouette. I thought he was gonna be like a nigga. Thought he was gonna be like raw. But when Hikari got introduced, I don't think his ability is trash or anything. But it doesn't move me, and I'm just like, oh, I'm over it. Same thing with My Hero. My favorite characters were Mirio and All Might, and they ended up both like losing their power. So my interest in the series went from like an 8 to a 2. You know what I'm saying? All Might's been in the last couple of chapters. I read that. I skipped like 10, like 12, like 20 chapters just to read the All Might shit because I like All Might. I think he's a really good character. That's my dude. I don't feel bad about that. I like characters, man. I'm a character dude. K-pop making Korea popular nowadays already. Yeah, TOG isn't even the most popular on Naver now, if I'm not wrong. I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it's the most popular, but didn't it reach like a billion views worldwide or something crazy like that? Example of that is Maggie. Whenever they switched away from Aladdin for a couple chapters, the backlash was crazy. It turned out to be the downfall of that series. I know, and the stuff was really good. Like I was genuinely surprised with is it Alma Turan, whatever it was called, the flashback with Solomon and stuff. That shit was incredible. Like and as much as I like Aladdin, all those characters were really good. Maggie, the Labyrinth of Magic is one of my favorite manga. I have a tremendous amount of respect for that series. I have to actually try the Orient out and read that and shit. I haven't really given that a fair chance, but I gotta hop on that one. But I love Maggie. That's my shit. I love Mojito. No one reached Mojito's height to this day. Upgraded the Mojito point. Damn, Shibuya fucked your cast. Yeah. And Pat made a good point. One of my favorite antagonists, Mojito, is the one that did that. I'm like, that's kind of a good point. Shibuya bodied you. Hakari is so mid to me, man. His ability is Disney to the core. If you're a character type dude, then it really makes sense in how disappointed you sound with TOG. Yeah, it is what it is, though. Am I mistaken? It wasn't Wagner with Rachel the last time we saw him, so shouldn't he be on Pobedal's ship? He should be. No, last time we saw him was early season 3, and he was running somewhere. Hidden Floor. He got we called it Soul Edge from Soul Calibur. He got the talking sword who was like this sword is like something fate, but there's somebody you have to kill. Type beat, but no, he was not with Rachel. Rachel was got taken by the Pobedal when she had the treasure stealing stingray to get the Apple Fitbit Apple Watch. SCU printing new characters every day and you never get to see older characters. Yeah. Amo Taran flashback is peak. Yeah, she was really good. I even like the side story with Sinbad, the Adventures of Sinbad no Boken. That shit was super dope. Seeing how we got all of his what the fuck would they call them? Would they call them metal vessels, or that what the his people would use? His the Jin equips, but what was the I can't remember what it's called. It's been a while, but yeah, I'm gonna start collect. I wanna own manga. I probably will collect the manga soon. I'm trying to finish Golden Kamuy right now. I'm on my Golden Kamuy. I'm currently on 15, but after Golden Kamuy, I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna do Maggie, man. I like that. I really like that series. That shit moves me incredibly because I think it's a really interesting take on the Arabian Nights. So like a Japanese take on the Arabian Nights, a thousand nights, thousand days, thousand nights, was really interesting to me. It's kind of like why I wanted to. I really enjoyed Aku no Hana because I'm like, oh, les fleurs du mal, like, oh, this is like a Japanese take on les fleurs du mal, the flowers of evil. Let me see how they interpret this. Like that's pretty. It's pretty whatever. So yeah, Maggie revisionist. I like that. I like that. I kind of want to do an index one, but like index never ends. I don't remember shit about index. Oh God, Kazuma, give me a break. Him and Nisu Ishin are killing me. Like I had enough Monogatari, fam. Put the pen down. Another series, you know. Man, when I was reading manga a long time ago, I just stopped for some at some point later on when I was older. I wanted to get back to it. I don't remember shit about it almost. I remember a lot, but I would like to do a reread too of that. But I have a I like what's her name? Is her name Shinobu? I like her. I like her too because she draws bitches fire and she be drawing the nipple. When she had some of the gins come out or genies, for if you don't know if you know genies, and they just chest out with a piercing. I'm like, I gotta be stopped, bro. Random, but it's monstrous, ongoing. It's on the list after I finish my Kubera reread, which I'm about to complete with you. She has an Orient series too. Yeah, Orient. I wanna read that too. I haven't given or I read like 6 chapters and said I'll catch up later when there's more. I don't know if it's still going or whatnot. Monstrous is still ongoing, but Monstrous is the 3 things that I'm reading that are ongoing that are the best are easily for me Kubera, the JoJo lands, and Monstrous. I'm not necessarily putting them in any order, but those are the 3 things that I'm reading that are things that I care about the most in an ongoing sense. If you want to read something that I respect a lot as a comic book, that's completed, I would say read East to West. East to West is really good if you want to start with something completed, or Low by Rick Remender and Greg. So not Greg, sorry, Greg. Wes Craig is who did the artwork for Deadly Class. Sorry, with Rick Remender, but yeah. Or yeah, it's really interesting. I think you like it. I'm gonna give it a chance. Now, have you read all of Berserk? Guts is one of the best built out of the characters in all of manga, in my opinion. That's a common opinion that I hear, that Guts is one of the best characters or most tragic characters of all time or whatnot. I haven't really read it since the passing of Miria. Rest in peace to him. But the last thing I remember was Casca kind of getting her soul or memories back, type of thing, when they were putting the pieces together at some ish. But Berserk's good. Berserk's cool. It's not particularly my series in that sense, but I have a lot of respect for it. I don't think it's a bad series. I think at one point, if you asked me in 2013 what I thought was objectively the best manga, I probably would have told you Berserk. I don't believe that anymore, but that would have been my answer in 2013. But it's cool. Yam Raiha's crazy. Her Yeti go crazy, man. I like her a lot. Atlanta was a Yeti merchant. That boy be swimming in those. He also been a man Yeti too. That one gym with her Yetis out is amazing to remember a thing about her. But God, I remember some characters: Sinbad, Alibaba, the girl with the red hair, Morgana. I remember specifically when I got revealed that she is her species. But I remember shit. Yeah, they come from their love. I didn't remember their names that well. They have red hair and they're really physically gifted. Glam did put me in a couple of months back, and I finished. Oh, you finished? I didn't know that. I didn't know. I had no idea you read East to West. So shout out to yo. Shaolian Mao is the one. The Bride of Death. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? She's the GOAT. She's so fucking fire, bro. What chapter issue 22 when they tried to body her when she was taking a bath was one of the greatest chapters I ever read, because there's no words, but I know exactly what everyone was thinking. That shit was sick. And I said, I know Archibald is that nigga. Don't just pull up on him. He's nice. He went boom, boom, boom with the gas. I said, I knew he was cold. I knew he. I that old man just sitting there on his with his cigar. Look, I know he's nice. Don't test him. Pow, pow. Nah. I love that series. That shit is so fucking gas. What's poppin' Patreon? Shout out to the CBLs. That's them certified band lovers. They be loving Bam, LaBam, James, and whatnot. A bigger shout out to the Priest of Fire. They might be the real CBLs because they be loving Brilith. Brilith gang. And you know I gotta give an extra special thank you to the fifth Zen Gods. Shout out to Big Abdel, Alan, Andrew, Childish New Jabis, Dang I, Triss, Fairs, Johnny Rogers, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Makai, Revenant, Scobe, Shadi to Your Body, Simi, Sonny Kathapali, Ticos, Tino Brown, Urek Mazzino, Zachary Cooper, Zodiac, Nemco, and Zaller Scotty. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Yo, I have food now. Yo, yesterday I ate some grass. I ate some leaves. Let's go.